This time at the Quick Speed Shop, I'm back working on the 40 Mercury. This time I'm going to rip out the rear suspension and get the underside of the car prepped and ready for paint. I'm a professional, don't try this at home. Alright, bam, here we go. We're back working on the 40 Mercury. I'm going to drop the rear suspension out. The rear end's out already. Let's go ahead and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. But first, I got something to do. We're going to go to a little side trip. I'm junking my Chevy S10. We're going to do that right quick, and then we'll be back working on the 40 Mercury. Well, we're starting off today before we work on the Mercury or whatever we're going to work on. Sad day. I'm taking the S10 to the scrapyard this morning. It's scrap's kind of down. It's probably going to bring about $250 or so, $275. But the old rusty junk S10 is loaded up on a trailer. Had this thing for 10, 11 years, put almost 80,000 miles on it. Completely rotted out junk. If you saw the video where I busted it out, it's shot in the back. It needs brake lines, the frame's super scaly, the cab mounts are all rotted out, so it's like a death trap on wheels. So if I had more property, I'd keep it and let it sit out here, retire in style, but she's got to go to the boneyard. So I loaded up the extra parts, got an extra fender, core support, tailgate thrown in the back, because it's going to a junkyard where they got parts, so she's all loaded up, ready to go. Alright, there we go. Dropped the old S10 off, 260 bucks. Here in the scrapyard. It's about what I figured it was, so I'm going to try to get out of here without getting killed. Because this road is busy and I got the trailer on. Let's see what happens. Just see if I can see the road. Which I probably can't. I hear somebody coming. Can't see anything. Shit. Can't see anything here. Can't see anything. I have to go up here and turn around. I had to turn around, the camera fell off apparently. I had to turn around, I didn't dare back out on the road. It's too dangerous here, so I'm gonna head on back to the Quick Speed Shop. We'll work on something else here. Got the S10 dropped off, and I got my drive shaft shortened the other day at the drive shaft place. They cut the weld off here, took the yoke out, and cut an inch off the tube and welded it back together. They rebalanced it here with a new weight. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some lacquer thinner, just wipe this thing down, clean it up, and then since it's nice out here, I'm going to hit it with some primer and paint. I'll probably repaint it yellow again, like it was under the car, and then we'll be one step closer to hooking the drivetrain up. Okay, so the next step here is to go ahead and bam, rip all the rear suspension and springs out and everything. I've got all the bare metal up under here. I want to seam seal all the seams here. I got to do a little bit of grinding, like on the plug wells and the wheel wells. But I want to take all the rear suspension out, get this thing all sealed up tonight, and then tomorrow, when it's a little bit warmer out and the heat's on, I can prime and paint all the floor flat black. And then the frame rails are going to be yellow to continue the yellow frame rails down there, and the rest of the floor here, the new floor, is just going to be black. But I've got to get the suspension out here, so I can set you up on the time lapse, and I'm going to disassemble the springs in the rear end and all that, and pull it all on out and open this thing up so we can get in there and work on it. This is a pro building tip I picked up on the YouTubes on the interwebs. Is when you got a weird thing to mask off, go ahead and get yourself some aluminum foil and just wrap it. So I went to Dollar General, I got like this cheap 20-yard aluminum foil, wrap the exhaust all the way here so I can go and primer on the floor, then paint this rails, and it took like 2 seconds to wrap these pipes up, and I can just wad it up and recycle it in my metal recycling bin when I get done. But it made a super easy way to mask off these weird shapes like the hangers and everything. You just wad it right around there and it works out fantastic. And it was like, I don't know, like $1 or something for the roll. So it worked out good. So you can see I used up a little bit of primer on this, used up a can here. I'm starting to prime the underside. I went and got all the seam seals, the seals seamed with the seam sealer. And I'm going to go ahead and just rattle can all the bare metal. Then I can, once that dries, I can scuff up the primer on the frame rails, and I'm going to paint them yellow first before I paint the black on the floor. Then I can mask them off, or actually probably put foil over it, so those are protected. Then I can just rattle can the flat black all over the floor, get that all done, and then start reassembling it with the everything painted. Okay, there we go. Got the primer on here. It's nice and dry. The foil worked out awesome. I'm going to take some Scotch-Brite and just going to scuff up these the primer on the frame rails here and hit it with some yellow first, and I'll let it dry overnight, and then I'll hit the black up here tomorrow on the bottom of the floor. Well, I started to do what I wanted to do here. I got the outside of the frame rail painted. Now, you just notice I didn't mask here. I just got some overspray. Like I said, I'm going to paint the rails first, and then I will mask the rails off, and then paint the rest black and touch it up. But I ran out of yellow paint. I had one can of this is Rust-Oleum Marigold. It seems to match the original frame color really good. But I was running low because I painted the drive shaft, and then the can malfunctioned, and it freaking stopped spraying with about a quarter of it left. So I didn't get the frame rails all painted. I got one coat on this side, and then just started the other side. So I went ahead and I used the flat black, and I flat blacked all the floor out, all the center cross members in the back, so just the outside rails are going to be yellow. So I've gone ahead and put a coat or so of the black. I got some spots I got to touch up. I'm waiting for it to dry here. So tomorrow I'm going to have to go find some more Rust-Oleum Marigold to hit the frame rails again. Then I'll let them dry and I'll mask them off, and I'll hit the black. See where I've got the overspray here. I'll black that out. But it's would have been nice to get the yellow on tonight so I could attack it tomorrow. So now I got extended drying time. But the foil's working out good. I don't have any overspray on my exhaust. And yeah, pretty soon by the end of the weekend here, I'll have the bottom of the car all painted up. All right, bam, look at this. I went and I found some more spray paint. I painted the rails. I painted the floor again flat. Now I masked off most of it. It's not 100% perfect, like the rear crossmember to the rear frame rails. I just kind of fogged it in there. But guess what? The car is going to be super close to ground. You're not going to be able to see it. So it's good enough for who it's for. It looks good. Got the wheel wells painted black. The frame rails are yellow. Mint. Freaking mint. Bam. Now I can officially start putting this thing back together for the final time. I'm going to rehang the exhaust. I can mount the brake line up. What else can I do? Get the leaf springs ready to go back in. Got the rear end over here. It's all nasty now. I'm gonna be working on that next to get that in there. But this under here is looking mint. I was able to color match it real good. It's close enough. I used Rust-Oleum Magnolia Yellow, which is about identical to the yellow that was on the frame originally, so it looks good. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it came out for rattle can action. I left the rear cross member black because that's low. You'll see that under the back of the car, maybe. And then the shock cross member, I left that black too, just because it was easier. The floor is all black up under here. I grafted it back in yellow to the front, so it's got a transition period at the 3/4 inch tubing there that I got. That worked out good. So, yeah, awesome. So I'll unfoil the exhaust. I'll hang that back up now, and then we'll slowly start getting this thing ready to set on the ground. Okay, with everything all painted up now, it's I guess the next step in this project is going to be getting the rear end done so we can put everything back together. So I've got it out here. Next time I'm going to start breaking, busting in this thing, cleaning up all the rust, getting it all ready to go. We're going to put new brakes on it, new axle seals, and then get this thing painted with some Eastwood's rust encapsulator in black, and then we're going to, bam, slam it back up in the car with the suspension, and hopefully be able to set the thing down and see how it looks. But before we do that, let's finish out this video. I've been doing a couple little items here. I got the bumper rubbers out for the the grommets for the bumper irons. I just went and stuck those in place, and I also made a new trunk release that uses a piece of 5/16 brake line. It's got a cable. I just got it temporarily hooked up here, but it goes down underneath the car. I'm not sure if I'm going to have electronic release to pull this like a popper button, but anyways, if I did, I'd still want to have a mechanical way if the electronic popper ever failed to be able to get the trunk open. So I've just run this piece of brake line down, and here I've got a cable underneath. You pull it and it opens the trunk latch, so it's got an emergency out in case I ever get any issues with the electric. So I might just leave it this way. I'm not even sure if I need the electric release. I'm just thinking about that, but at least got that going so I can put the deck lid on eventually. I got the bumper over here, the rear bumper. I'm going to break that down and get the bumper irons painted. Hopefully get the front and rear bumpers sent out to the sandblaster here so I can start getting those ready for paint. I went and got the exhaust bolted up. That looks good. The frame rails look good. Everything looks nice. I'll probably throw a little bit of black undercoating in the rear wheel wells just to give a little bit of sound deadening and protect the things from stone chips and all that, but I'll leave the frame rails yellow, obviously. But it looks pretty sweet under here. Looks nice and clean for now. This is going to be a driver, so it's going to be the cleanest it's ever going to be right now in the shop. But it came out good enough for what we're doing here, so I like it. Alright, so that's about it. I'm kind of like in a limbo mode here. Without cleaning this rear end up, I kind of can't put anything else back together in the back of the car. So it's going to be the focus next video, is getting that rear end all cleaned up and taken apart, and new seals and stuff and put back together. New brakes. We'll get it back in the car. We'll set her down as a roller and see how it looks. And in the meantime, it's getting spring, so I'm going to start getting the other cars out here, and we're going to start getting a little more active outside, doing some outside projects, working on my other cars, getting those things out, doing some different things. So I'm getting kind of burned out on the old Mercury. Hopefully I want to finish this thing up here and get on the road. Getting close to getting it going. The rear end is, I don't know, 95% complete here on the rear rebuild. I still have to do some work with the, I've got an issue with the hydraulic throwout bearing in the clutch. So I still got to pull the transmission out of it. I got to do a couple other things. Remount the battery up to the front of the car. Run some new fuel lines, run some new rear brake lines and stuff. So a little bit of mechanical work. But the heavy-duty fabrication's done pretty much here. So it came out good. I'm pretty happy with it. And I can't wait to get this thing on the road here shortly and see how it's going to perform. So thanks for watching. We'll be back next time from the Quick Speed Shop. This time the Quick Speed Shop. Alright, this time the Quick Speed Shop, I'm back working on the 40 Mercury. We're going to, bam, rip the whole rear suspension out, and I'm going to get out the rattle cans. I'm going to paint the whole... Yeah. This time the Quick Speed Shop, check it out. Bam, I'm back working on the 40 Mercury. What I'm going to do this time is rip out the rear suspension, get everything scuffed up and ready to prime. No. Alright, here we go. This time the Quick Speed Shop, I'm back working on the 40 Mercury. We're getting closer to getting this thing done. This time I'm going to tear out the rear suspension, get the thing ready. I'm going to prime and paint the frame and the underside of the car. It's all starting right now. This time the Quick Speed Shop, I'm back working on the 40 Mercury. This time I'm going to rip the rear suspension and the leaf springs and all that stuff right on out of the car. I'm going to get the seam sealer out. I'm going to seam seal the underside of the car, prime it, and get it ready for paint. Hopefully get some color on the frame rails. And I'm talking too much. Let's do it again. This time the Quick Speed Shop, I'm back working on the 40 Mercury. This time I'm going to rip out the rear suspension and get the underside of the car prepped and ready for paint. Alright, bam, here we go. We're back working on the 40 Mercury. I'm going to drop the rear suspension out. The rear end's out already. Let's go ahead and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. But first, I got something to do. We're going to go to a little side trip. I'm junking my Chevy S10. We're going to do that right quick, and then we'll be back working on the 40 Mercury.